guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Tonight we're going to talk about Memory Maker. Memory Maker is an add-on that you can add to your Disney vacation package. In fact, I have mentioned Memory Maker before in my Disney World video for beginners, but I thought I would showcase it a little bit more in its own video because I do get a lot of my clients asking me, Nina, should I add Memory Maker? So we're gonna get into it tonight. I'm not only gonna tell you if you should add Memory Maker, but I'm gonna kind of give you the ins and outs of what exactly Memory Maker is and a few little tips and tricks I have learned along the way. So let's get into it. First, of course, is what is Memory Maker? Memory Maker is essentially you pre-purchasing all of the photos and videos, that's right, I said video, that Disney will take of you during your vacation. The cost to add Memory Maker to your Disney vacation package, if you add it early enough, it is $169. And this, of course, spreads over your entire vacation. If you wait until the bitter end to add it, it is going to cost you $199. So you are going to save money to add it early. Now, on the app, if you go to try to purchase it, it's $199. I don't know why the app doesn't give you the $169 option. So at least for me or my clients, ask your travel agent to add it because when we add it, it is indeed $169. So I think if you add it to your package, you can get it for $169. But if you go ahead and add it on the app, the only option is that $199 option. So there's a little bit of savings there for you. And you can purchase Memory Maker for just one day and it will be $69. So the people who would just add it for one day might be people who just go for one day, or maybe for locals who go all the time, but they just want to purchase it for one specific day because they're celebrating something or they're doing something special that day in the park. But in general, most families will add it for the whole stay of their trip. It is that flat rate of $169 when purchased in advance. So, okay, Nina, it includes photos and videos. It's $169, but there's got to be more to it than that. So let's dig a little bit deeper to what exactly this all means. So what exactly is included, right? So first, you're going to get all the iconic and professional photos that Disney's PhotoPass photographers take of you. So any Disney cast member with a camera is considered a PhotoPass photographer. They usually have on like a tan vest and they have a giant camera and they're located throughout the parks. In fact, they are located throughout all 4 parks. These are Disney's professional PhotoPass photographers. You could take hundreds of photos if you wanted to. If you literally go to all 4 parks and you hit every single cast member that is standing about with a camera and take multiple photos, you could get hundreds of photos for that $169. Or you could be like me and you've taken so many photos in your life that you kind of just hit a cast member when you see one. Hey, can you take my picture? Hey, can you take my picture? You could get anywhere between 50 to just a couple hundred photos. So it really just depends how, into it you are, how many photos you take. But basically every single one of those that you take is included. Now, it also includes select attraction photos and videos. That's right. So this means ride pictures. Some of the rides throughout Disney property actually take your picture while you are on the ride. Usually it is right when you're going down a hill, it snaps your photo. Those are included as well. And then there's certain rides, Seven Dwarf Mine Train comes to mind, where they actually do video of you on that ride. So all of those things would be included in that one flat rate. So essentially what you're getting are digital memories that you get to have forever. So what you do with these memories is really up to you. They are yours. You can download them, you can print them, you can share them with family and friends, you can do whatever you want. You can make photo books and calendars and t-shirts and mugs. It's all up to you because they are indeed your photos. Now, it also includes something called a magic shot. That's right, Disney came out with magic shots several years ago. They are my personal favorite. So what exactly are magic shots? Well, essentially when you go to get your picture taken, the cast member might just say smile, whatever, and then they might ask you something weird like, hey, hold your hand up in the sky, or hold your hand out and look at it, look surprised, or, you know, do one of these kind of things. They'll tell you to do something that seems a little odd. When you go and get your picture later, there could be a little character or something going on in your photo that wasn't originally there. So a few favorites, of course, is over by Galaxy's Edge. You can get your picture taken with Baby Yoda. That's right. Over in Magic Kingdom by the Rapunzel bathrooms, you can do a photo with the magic lanterns, you know, the Rapunzel magic lanterns. So there's certain special photos that can be taken, magic shot photos that can be taken throughout the theme parks to kind of just add to the magic and the memory of the whole concept. So yes, all the pictures Disney takes of you, all the ride pictures, all the ride videos, and all the other little silly magic shot pictures that they take of you will be included. Just note that Memory Maker lasts for 30 days, which for most people doesn't really matter. Most people go for about a week. But this is really helpful for those of you who take longer vacations or longer holidays, especially those in the UK. They love to take longer holidays. Memory Maker for them is good for 30 days. So that means if they're at Disney for 2 to 3 weeks or a month, they just have to buy Memory Maker once and it covers the whole span of their trip. That's pretty cool. But you need to note, you need to 100% download these photos within 45 days of your trip. Otherwise, they will just magically disappear. So I get a lot of people who buy Memory Maker, they love Memory Maker, they're looking at the photos while they're on vacation, they think they're great, and then they get home and life happens. They gotta go to the grocery store, they gotta do laundry, they gotta pay the bills, they gotta go to work, and they forget to download the photos. Don't forget, you have 45 days. So when you get back from your trip, you know, take a few hours out, take a weekend out, actually go to disneyworld.com, access your photos, and just download them all to your computer. Then they are safe and good to go. That way you don't have to worry about them. You can make your photo book and your t-shirt and all those things later, but you just wanna make sure you get those all downloaded within those 45 days. Sound good so far? I think so. So now the other question I always get is basically who's included? Who gets to use Memory Maker? Do we all have to purchase Memory Maker? If I'm going with Grandma and she has her own room, does Grandma have to purchase Memory Maker? If I'm going for a giant family reunion and we have 5 to 6 rooms and it's a giant group, do we each have to purchase Memory Maker? Lots of questions like that. So let's get into it. So basically, anyone who is linked to your account can use your Memory Maker. So your entire group or party or family reunion, up to 25 members can access and use one person's Memory Maker. Again, this is great for those people that go with multi-generational trips. You know, they got 3 to 4 rooms all going together, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, cousins, sisters, uncles, aunts, whatever, up to 25 people. So that means one person, the lead guest, whoever they are, gets to purchase Memory Maker, $169. Now, everyone that person is linked to, the 2 to 3 other rooms going with them, they're all linked together, can access Memory Maker. That means all of those people can scan in, get their picture taken, and that will show up on their account, right? Pretty sweet. But the thing you really need to realize is only one person, the lead guest, the person who actually purchased Memory Maker, can download Memory Maker. So that means if Grandma didn't purchase it, but Grandma's also on the trip, she can see the photos, but she can't download them. Only the person who paid for Memory Maker can download them. But that's not a huge deal because as long as mom, dad, grandma, sister, whoever, everyone can take the photo, the person who is the lead guest can easily download them on their computer when they get home and then hand them out to everyone as needed. So here's my little tip. What we like to do is we like to either all have the same app, like a Dropbox account app, and you can share your photos through Dropbox, so that way whenever these people want to access their photos, they can. Or you can buy them a USB drive stick thing, right? Download all the photos on that, and then send grandma a stick and cousins a stick and who else went on that vacation with you. That way everyone has access to the same photos. The only issue is, in the moment, while you're at the park, only lead guest has access to that photo. So that means if grandma sees a photo she needs to send to someone right then and there, the lead guest would have to download it, send it to grandma. Grandma could then send it to others. But essentially it's pretty easy that one person can download and send it to everyone else. So yes, anyone who is in your party, anyone who is linked to you can access your memory maker, meaning they can take the picture, you then get it, and you can then send it to them. Make sense? All right, so the next question is, okay, Nina, sounds good. I'm liking this. Several hundred photos and videos. Everyone in my whole party gets to use it. Only one person has to purchase it. Great. But how does it work? I mean, really, how does it work? Let's talk about that. So essentially, like I said, Disney PhotoPass photographers are everywhere. They're in every single park. Some are even located at dining locations. So some of those character meals also will have a PhotoPass photographer. Not all, but some. And if you see one, scan in and get your photo. Okay, Nina, you keep saying scan in. Let's get to it. So usually what you want to do is you want to find where you want to get your photo taken. Usually there is a line, especially for those iconic locations like the castle, the Tree of Life, the Epcot Ball, etc. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to wait in line. Lines are usually anywhere between 3 to 6 parties long, so just expect a little bit of a line there. You are not the only one who wants your picture taken in front of the castle. So you wait in line, and then when it's your turn, you have to scan in something so that it links to your account. For most people, you're just scanning your Magic Band, right? So for anyone staying on Disney property and purchased a Magic Band, you just scan your Magic Band. For other people, you can scan your phone, you can scan a PhotoPass card, whatever the heck is going on at that time. You basically want to scan anything that kind of links to you so it will go to your account. Then you just say cheese, you smile. It automatically will link to your account within minutes to a couple of hours. Pretty sweet, right? Usually some photos like magic shots will usually take a little bit longer. Same thing with ride photos and ride videos, but in general, like I said, a few minutes to a couple of hours. Then all you have to do is, usually my app will actually say, oh, you have photos, you know, to look at or whatever. You go to look at your photos again on the app, and as soon as you want to download one or share one, you are essentially then activating your memory maker, starting that whole 45-day thing we talked about earlier. You download it to your phone, and then it's yours. Do whatever you want. Facebook it, Instagram it, text it to grandma, doesn't matter. It is instantly on your phone. So while I'm in the park, I will totally do that. If we take an awesome photo, I will download it to my phone, send it to whoever. Then when I get home, again within that 45 days, I will download them all onto my computer. So I might keep just a couple on my phone. I will download them all on my computer when I get home. So I essentially have all the photos, but my favorite photos are usually on my phone, so I can quickly access them and send them to whoever. But yes, it's a great concept because really within minutes of you taking the photo, you could potentially have it on your phone for you then to Facebook, Instagram, send to whoever, and start sharing the memories of your trip pretty much instantly. It's pretty sweet, right? Absolutely love Memory Maker if you can't tell, and especially the silly magic shots. Love the magic shots. So the best part is when this is all said and done, all those pictures and videos are yours. They are yours to keep, to do whatever you want with. You don't have to rely on Disney's printing service, you know, for the photos. You don't have to then get Disney's mug with your picture on it, or Disney's calendar with your picture on it. You get to take those photos and put them anywhere you want. Any sort of local drugstore or internet photo company that you love, you can go to them and make whatever you want. Photo books, calendars, t-shirts, mugs, just print them out, put them in a photo book, make a scrapbook, whatever you want. It's all yours. When my kids were younger, I used to make calendars out of our pictures, which was great because then the following year, when the calendar was made, we can look back at what the previous year was like, you know, January, February, March, whatever. And then when the year was over, I put the calendars in, you know, the bookshelf, and now they've turned into like photo books that we can look back on when we want to. So it was like they were useful in the moment as calendars, and now they're kind of like photo books later on as memories, but that's what we loved to do with them. I would also make a photo book. Absolutely love making photo books, actually. So yeah, that's the best part to me, is they are 100% yours when it's all said and done. And really $169 for like us for 10 days worth of photos that I get to keep forever. Please. Of course, I absolutely love it. So that comes to my next question. Nina, is Memory Maker worth it? I warned you guys, I love Memory Maker. So if you're gonna ask me if it's worth it, my answer will always be yes. Now, people often ask, okay, well, why is it worth it? To me, the number one reason why Memory Maker is worth it is because it is the only time I am in the picture. That's right. As the main photographer in the family, in fact, I'm the only photographer in the family. Do not give my husband a camera. It's the only chance I'm in the picture. The only time I'm in the picture, unless I'm taking a selfie, which frankly, I'm not that good at. So yes, every single time. I want to be in the family photo. I am never in the family photos anywhere, any other time throughout the year. It's like I don't even exist. But at Disney, I am 100% existing. I am there. I am in the photos. Also, when my kids were little, by the time I'm fumbling with my backpack, getting out my camera, putting something down, the kids are already off, like meeting characters or doing something. Those PhotoPass photographers were already taking pictures. So while I'm trying to, you know, get myself ready or find the character book or signature book or whatever I'm doing, the photographers are already capturing these awesome photos of my kids. Those are things I would have missed out on had they not been already taking pictures. Plus, I love the magic shots, absolutely love them. They keep changing them and switching them up, and they keep getting new ones. So every time I get to a PhotoPass photographer, as long as there isn't like a huge line behind us, I will ask them, any new magic shots or anything special we can do? And they will search through their little system there on their camera and usually take something pretty fun for us. We did one our last trip, I'll never forget it. We were at Epcot and it was pouring, just pouring, and we're all there in our ponchos, shoes are soaking wet, everything is soaking wet. I saw a PhotoPass photographer and I'm like, you know what? Let's get a photo of us in our ponchos just to prove we were here in the rain. My family's like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. So yes, absolutely. We got our pictures taken in our ponchos, and she even did a magic shot, and it was great. And then she did one, which was my favorite picture, of course, was make a silly face. My kids are making silly faces, and we've got our ponchos on, and it's pouring rain, and it's just a great memory to have, right? Because not all pictures are smiley. Sometimes you get tired of the same smile and pose all the time, but yeah. It gives you a chance to be a little silly, to get something special, do something a little bit out of the ordinary. It's also a really great chance to capture a celebration. Perhaps you're proposing, perhaps you just got engaged, perhaps it's your birthday, your anniversary, or my favorite, baby announcement. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Are you pregnant? Absolutely let those PhotoPass photographers capture the moments for you. And again, $169 to capture all that magic. Every single time, guys, I'm gonna say worth it. It's especially great if your trip happens to coincide with a special event. For example, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which was just announced and is 100% happening. Assuming there will be PhotoPass photographers there with the characters, You can get your picture with an obscure Halloween-like character or a regular character in their Halloween costume. That is not something you get to do all the time. Plus, they will often do crazy 3D backdrops or magic shots for those types of events, which would be included if you have Memory Maker. So yeah, if you were looking for someone to talk you out of Memory Maker, you asked the wrong girl. I am 100% pro Memory Maker, but I will let you know not all photos are perfect. We've had photos where they were too dark, where they were too light, where they weren't even in focus. It just happens, guys. But if you happen to take hundreds of photos and you get a handful of really good, awesome printable photos, to me still, that's worth it. It just is, guys. So yeah, I don't worry so much if I get a bad photo. And if I'm celebrating something, guys, I will often ask 3 to 4 different cast members to take photos of that special celebration just in case 1 or 2 of those photos didn't work out. That way I always kind of have, hopefully, a really good picture capturing that certain moment. But yeah, pro Memory Maker. But for those of you who will ask, Nina, I don't want to spend the extra money for Memory Maker. Can the cast members just take a picture of me with my cell phone? Yes, they can. They did bring that back. So that was gone during COVID, but a few months ago, they did start taking photos with your cell phone. So if you don't want to shell out the $169 for Memory Maker, they will use your cell phone. Just note, if they use your cell phone, you're not going to get any of those magic shots. Those magic shots are only when they use their own camera. Plus, a lot of these cast members, I mean, they're trained to use their camera. They might not do as good of a job with your cell phone. I mean, they might. All of us are pretty cell phone handy at this point, but just something to know. They are trained with their camera and with their camera's capabilities. So yeah, just something to know. And to give a little update or note, Disney, pre-COVID, Disney was installing something called a magic box. It's essentially this box with a camera in it placed throughout a certain scene or area that's automatically taking pictures of you. Disney kind of pulled those during COVID. Well, they have been installing them again. So there could be a magic box in your future somewhere throughout property. Just a little heads up, those pictures are included in Memory Maker, but because a photographer isn't taking your picture, waiting for you to smile, you do kind of have to learn to pose around those boxes. So they are definitely come with a learning curve on the photo boxes. So don't expect those magic boxes to take amazing pictures of you, because you do have to kind of angle yourself and pose at the right moment. But just a heads up, Disney has been bringing those back. So yeah. And for those of you who are looking for my tips and tricks regarding Memory Maker, here you go. First, obviously, the lines get long fast, especially those for the iconic pictures and special magic shots. The magic lantern over in the Rapunzel area always has a huge line. Any of the PhotoPass photographers for like the Halloween events or Christmas events always have a long line. The picture for the holiday season right in front of the castle always has a long line. So just note, lines can be long. And sometimes the best time to get your photos are early in the morning before all the crowds show up. However, lighting might not be at its best. So we actually found to get certain iconic photos in the middle of the day, assuming everyone has already entered the park, has already been through that area. If you can backtrack just a little bit and get that picture of the castle or the Epcot ball in the middle of the day, sometimes lines are just a little bit shorter at that point. Also, evenings are a good time. However, that changes the lighting a bit. So evening photos, although cool, might not be the best photo depending on what you are trying to capture. So what we do just to make life easy is we just get our pictures taken whenever we see a PhotoPass photographer. Like I said, sometimes it's good timing, sometimes it's not, but I guess it's because we've taken so many photos in the past, I don't really worry about it so much. But tip again, make sure you get those iconic pictures, guys. If you are a once in a lifetime trip, if you are a once every couple of years, you absolutely want that castle photo, that Epcot ball photo. You want the one of the Tree of Life, and the one for Hollywood Studios with the Chinese theater in the background. And don't forget Galaxy's Edge, guys, some really cool Star Wars themed photos over in that area. If you are going for any particular holiday or event, make sure you get photos for that as well. When you're done taking the classic, smile, cheese, hold someone's hand picture, don't forget to ask about magic shots. As I said, all those PhotoPass photographers should have the ability to make magic shots. Absolutely love asking them if they have any new ones or updated ones. And because those are usually the favorite of our trip, are the magic shots. Don't forget to ask them if they can take some fun pictures for you, something a little bit out of the classic just smile in front of the castle, especially if you don't have a bunch of people behind you. If you're celebrating something, tell them, let them know, ask them if you can do a special photo, celebrating whatever it is the situation is. If you're secretly proposing, maybe give them a little whisper and see what they can come up with. Just don't be afraid to ask the cast members. They are super nice people, and you never know what they might do. I remember one time we were at Magic Kingdom, and a PhotoPass photographer was kind of just standing there. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was from a different area, but he wasn't, he didn't have a line of people. I asked for a picture with just me and my daughter, and he took us over to Casey's Corner, where there wasn't anyone around, and he had us take these really cool pictures with a chair. So one of the Casey Corner's chair, he had the camera through the chair or us peeking over the chair. Anyway, the pictures turned out great. So just note that not everything has to be the same typical smile picture. You never know what those cast members will come up with. I especially love taking our picture behind all the balloons. So when you see those cast members with 50 or 60 giant balloons, I love getting my picture with the balloons behind us. Love that picture as well. So basically, be creative. Tell the cast members you would love something fun and new, and just see what they come up with, right? Absolutely. It's included, so why not? I always think to myself, don't be afraid to be silly. Have fun and take as many pictures as you can, because it's all one price. So if you take 50 or 400, it's the same price. But again, note, some of the pictures are good. Some of the pictures are just kind of bad. Some of the pictures are amazing. As long as you get a nice mix and a decent amount of the good to amazing photos, it is 100% worth it to me. Anything that is print worthy or can stick in a scrapbook worthy, I am usually a happy camper. So yeah, guys, that is my video on Memory Maker. Again, 100% add it to your package, tell your travel agent, or get it on the app, whatever it works for you guys. But yes, Nina is 100% pro Memory Maker. We add it every single trip. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Look out for those PhotoPass photographers. They are everywhere, and you would be surprised how many of them are just standing around, because if they are not in front of the iconic location, sometimes people don't even realize they're there. Those cast members are my favorite because there's no line. I can easily ask them to do something fun and creative, and they are more than willing to do so. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful as usual. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video. And for those of you who have had Memory Maker before, what is your favorite spot to take your picture? Other than the iconic 4, where did you take a really good picture that you have framed up, that you have in your scrapbook, that is your favorite picture? Let us know in the comments. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina, out. Bye.